Live again. Alright, that was a pain, but we are back. That took forever. Double check it, make sure it's all good, make sure I can be heard, and make sure that we are indeed live. We're hanging. We're hanging. I'm going to swap the link on the Facebook real quick. Edit this post real quick. Paste the new link in. Wait for it to drop the embedded. Save. We are live. No. We are live. We are back. We are hanging. We have analog. You guys got me. Chat is back. You're testing 1, 2. Am I gonna crash the stream again? Dude, it was too much rock and roll to handle. The stream just couldn't take it anymore, man. Couldn't take it anymore. Make sure I've got my gear cam rocking here still. All right, hell yeah, we've still got a gear cam. Pulling a really fast battery swap on the camera. You guys should still be able to hear me. That's okay. Camera's coming back on any second. Boom, we've got the camera back just like that. Fresh battery. Haha, like a pro. All right, gear cam's rocking. Everything's back up and kicking. Our chat's rocking. It's kicking. Let me double check this real fast, make sure we still have some soundage going on with this Buzz Plus. It's rocking. I'm kicking the Oxford inflator on real fast. Watch the inflator crash the fucking system. That'd be the one thing, right? Oh, I just want to make it active, dog. There we go. I'm going to pump some competitive volume into this real fast on you guys. Here we go. I'll move this plug-in up in here, that way you guys can actually see it. Steal my limiter settings. You won't do it. You won't steal them. You won't steal these settings. I will say, if you do steal the settings, make sure you turn the oversampling on to 8 times. Alright, let's go ahead and bypass this compressor again, in and out. Kind of see where we had it, where we left it off. I tried to convince the wife I should get a Buzz Plus. Uh-oh, I clicked a button. Wife, I should get a Bus Plus. She didn't go for it. Dude, I didn't even tell mine was showing up. I just bought the motherfucker. And I was like, I'll take it. It's worth getting screamed at. Put my relationship on the line for this thing. Dude, this thing's fucking ridiculous. Like, the second you bypass it, the entire mix just goes, meh. Then you pop it in and the mix goes, ugh, I've got balls again. Like, fuck. Thing's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. I'll go ahead and I'll buy her Dunkin' Donuts. It'll sweeten the deal. She gets all my Sweetwater candy too. Oh, I don't know, man. That might be where I draw the line on the Sweetwater candy. That's mine. So my buddy Taylor, he posted. Yeah, he had a great one. He said, "Man, ordered some Sweetwater candy, but came with some drumsticks. Came with the complimentary drumsticks." I was like, man, if that ain't the truth, like, order me some Sweetwater candy. Came with the Bus Plus. Just tell her you're buying candy. Our original limiter settings, because I think adding that loudness is messing with the ability to hear what the Bus Plus is totally doing. I'm gonna go ahead and bypass the Oxford inflator too. Thing's ridiculous, dude. You can just hear immediately everything just goes limp the second that the bus compressor falls out. But I am using the dynamic bands here, so I'm using the dynamic low band as like a transient, as an expander for the low end. So it's kind of like sweetening those kicks a little bit. And then the high frequency band is also on. It's set to auto mode. That's why it's purple. So if you fast attack, slow attack, and then purple is fast attack, auto release. So having the auto release in the high end and as an expander is fucking sweet. I actually ended up in the opposite direction that my gut was telling me to go. Like, I wanted to compress the low end and bring it up and make it like just rock solid, and I wanted to like make the top end sound like a tape machine. And I ended up going the complete opposite direction. I had more punch in the bottom and more like sustain and length in the top. But dude, the thing, I'll kick these dynamic bands out, that way you can kind of hear the before and the after on it. So I'll start with them out, and then I'll pop them in. So it's adding like a lot of really cool top end punch, excitement, sustain, adding a little bit extra more like bloom in the low end for the kick drum and the bass and all that stuff. So that's in stereo mode. So I'm gonna switch it to classic mode, and then we'll pop it over in stereo mode, or in multi-mono mode. Man, I just love the width. Like, I really do. Even when I was using my API as my mix bus, I was like, it has the link control. I would roll the link control all the way down to 0 and just have it fully unlinked. Or something about it, I don't know. Maybe that's why I didn't get along with the stem so well on the mix bus, because that's mono detection. mono detection circuit in it. But the API has a dual detection circuit in it, and the Bus Plus has a dual detection circuit in it. And I think that's the difference between me. That's why I'm just getting along with it so well, is it doesn't take the collapsed mono information of the input, run that to a single mono detector, and then apply that compression across the left. Again, so that's another thing I laughed at. I thought fucking SSL memed us with this thing, because you got classic stereo, which is like straight out of the console. You've got dual mono, which is a wonderful feature. That's the one I prefer. They've added the mid side. We all know that. The left side's going to compress the mids. The right side's going to compress the sides separately, so you can kind of reshape your stereo image that way. But they fucking trolled us. They trolled the fucking the copycats, man. They added a fourth mode. It's this Delta Center mode that makes it react like a clone. So literally, it takes everything, busts it down to mono. It hits a single detection circuit instead of the stereo detection circuit of classic stereo, and you can make it sound like a fucking clone. So you can literally take the bad Mamma Jamma bus comp and make it detect the same way that the cheaper clones do, if that's the sound that you're used to. You can make it sound just like it. So if you're coming from like a more entry-level bus compressor, pop it into that mode, probably get along with it great. I like the extra width of having the dual detection, man. Even like in classic stereo is wider than my STAM audio and my warm audio buses. And then I kick it into dual mono, and it does everything that I want my API to do. It just sounds like an SSL instead of sounding like an API. So I'm gonna listen to this one more time. I'll bypass this back in and out, and then let's fucking treat it like a mastering compressor, man, and let's do some mid-side shit with it. Let's see how fucking much we can bend our brains with this thing. Whoops, I just fucked this up. I fucked up my playback loop, bro. Here we go. We'll get another playback loop going. It's not going to be a perfect loop, but fuck it, it's good enough for the demo. I ain't trying to save it. That save command is so baked in my DNA, I just hit it like every 5 seconds. Can't get it out of my brain. Just like puffs its chest out and just fucking flexes its arms at you, man. It's ridiculous. All right, I'm only using it 2 to 1. Fuck it, let's go 4 to 1. Let's hear the classic settings real fast. We'll go 4 to 1, 30 milliseconds. I'm already at 30, and then I'll switch the release time down to 100. One thing I love that they did on this unit, they added 50 millisecond release time. So the API, that's why I loved it so much on drums, because it's got that. It can go twice as fast as an SSL bus compressor can on the release, and having that 50, like with just everything's just hitting a fucking wall, and that thing's just getting out of the way, almost acting like a limiter, adds all that beautiful squish on the drums. So having that on here could make this another really, really cool option for a different drum vibe too. But I'm gonna kick this into. I'm gonna turn all the fancy shit off. Yeah, we'll turn all the super fancy shit off here. We'll turn our EQ knobs back down, pull the threshold all the way back up so there's no... And we're going to mid-side this like a mastering compressor, so I'm going to go really fast attack and either a fast-ish release or... Actually, I don't even know what the fuck. I'm talking out of my ass. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do because I don't know what it needs for a mid-side situation. So let's just roll the attacks down to 40 so it just lets everything through to begin with. We'll leave the releases at auto. Yeah, releases at auto. I think I just ADHD'd myself and just never played the 4 to 1. Sorry, guys. Fucking squirreled myself, man. Side chains are down. Makeup, we're not gonna. Oh yeah, makeup. Let's put that back down to 0. Makeup game back down to 0. Turn these fancy things off. We're set to auto. We're set to auto. Blend is at wet. Let's put the ratio. Let's go 1.5 because we're gonna use it like we're a mastering guy. Yeah, 1.5 to 1. Low THD, and we'll switch it over into mid side. So now the left is going to be controlling the mids, and the right is going to be controlling the sides. And then I haven't tried it yet, but supposedly you can solo the side and solo the mids with the unit. So we're gonna fucking try that too and just see what happens. So here we go. I'm gonna mute the vocals real fast. Nobody don't accidentally catch a copyright off this song. It has been released. So here we go. Mid side mode. I'm going to start by playing with the volume knobs. That way I just kind of know what it does. Well, that's cool. That just immediately rebalance and mixes center and wide channels is just with the 2 volume knobs like that. That's fucking sweet. Let's see how the solo function works. No idea. I'm just gonna press the button and hold it. Let's see. That's cool. So it solos the channel, solos out the middle, but it puts it through both speakers. And then when you solo the sides, it solos out the sides. And so you can just totally shape them exactly how you want to. Let's try it. Fuck it. Let's solo out the mids, make them smacky and pumpy, and then we'll solo out the sides and make them cushy and airy. But who knows? Here we go. Solo out the mids. That's badass. So you just really quickly tap it. You just pop, and it'll bypass the compressor while it's in soloed. You pop it again, and it just pops the compressor right back in while it's in fucking mid-channel solo. Holy shit! The power. All right, let's. I like what the compression's doing. Let's play around with the attack time. Get it smacky. I like what the compressor's doing right there. Ended up with an attack time of 3 milliseconds. Kind of lets the tip of that snare poke through, but it still just grabs that center channel and kind of acts like a leveler in auto mode. But still lets that like, bah, right through the middle. Let's play with some of the EQ options in the center. See what we can make happen here. that that auto setting on the dynamic EQ band right here is working as an expander, it's just like it's upward expanding that low end and just pushing it right up into the low end of that kick drum. I don't know if how well it's coming through YouTube, but man, it's fucking. I'm gonna bypass this real quick and hear this. It's just adding so much punch. Let's add some more snap to the snare drum. I went the opposite direction. See, the thing with the dynamic band and me that I'm learning really fast is whatever I want to do with it, I should probably do the opposite because that's just gelling. Because I was like, man, let's add some more snap and punch to the center channel, and then I threw it into HF fast mode here, and I like how it's actually pushing the high end of the snare down into the track. I don't know. I fucking like it, so we're gonna go with it. Who doesn't like a little bit of a low bump in the center channel? We'll go ahead and pump it. One click. I'm pretending I'm a mastering guy. One click's enough. It's plenty. One click is plenty. All right, that's the center channel done. I'm gonna bypass in and out, and we'll switch over to the sides. It's just shaped and transient design and being held in place and doing something that it didn't do before, and I like that. That's the center channel. We'll solo out the sides, and let's make them airy and wide and huge. We're like that's what I'm going for. Airy, wide, and big. Kind of just pulling it in, acting like a leveler. It's like a little tiny bit of like a, it's almost like it's breathing. It's the best way I can describe it. It's like it's going, like with the music. So let's try to dial up some of this flavor in the dynamic stuff. Kind of see how that goes. Here we go. auto on that for like the adding length to those cymbals. Like grabbing that first like bam of the cymbal, tucking that down, and adding length and sustain to that. Let's check that out again. You can just hear that cymbal just cut, but it has all the sustain it needs to just carry through the entire mix. Right, here we go. I'm going to bypass the whole compressor on the sides, in and out. Let's check that out. It's just, dude, it's wild. It's just, the whole thing falls apart. So, I like how that's sounding. I don't even know if the sides are balanced with the center. We just kind of level matched them. So, let's just fucking see where we're at. We'll leave it out. We'll just bypass it in. We'll have the exact same experience. We're going to hear it both for the same time. You guys will hear it. I'm going to hear it. Let's see what it did. Y'all, the cymbals just pop right out. The guitars pop right out. The center channel has more smack and focus, and like just it's glued right to the middle. Let me check it out again. Alright, let's go to the chorus where I think there's a double time chorus where the drums are just getting it. I'm listening to it there. Dude, hold on, I gotta set up the proper loop on this. One second, y'all. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. I sure did. I sure clicked the wrong button. But I want you guys to listen to the guitars in this. The acoustics. Listen to the acoustics in this whenever this fucking bus compressor gets popped in mid-side mode. This is stupid. It just doesn't even stand a chance, dude. Like, all right, SSL Bus Plus. Hold on a second. Where's my working gear cam? I gotta move this camera. This is fucking nuts. All right. We're back. Bus Plus is in. Alright, so fucking SSL Bus Plus in mid-side mode. This motherfucker's crazy. I'm gonna bypass it. It's out. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna kick it in. and listen to the acoustic guitars. It's fucking nuts. Like, dude, that's fucking nuts. Let's go ahead and add. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll add the mastering chain to it real quick. I hope we can get a good feel for it. Here we go. This is out. Like, that may be how I'm using this thing from now on. In mid-side, that's nuts. The ability for this thing to just lock that center channel in so fucking tight, but have the sides just dancing and kind of just like surfing around the mix. Like it does. It just really, it pulls you into the mix and it lets you, like, it wraps itself around you. It's like the mix is giving you a hug. It's like, it just, come here, buddy. I want to be your friend. Like, I think sounds fucking awesome. I'm gonna add the vocals real quick. See how the vocals affect the mid side. All right, listen to how it locks that vocal smack into the center channel. This is fucking stupid. Like, mid side, center channel, vocal, snare, kick, bass aren't going nowhere. The guitars, the cymbals, the toms, everything else is fucking dancing, dude. This is stupid. Locks it the fuck in. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's like acoustic guitars and these swirly elements that I was having kind of like a hard time hearing. They're there. They're present. So, like, listen to the acoustic guitar whenever I kick this thing in this chorus. It's wild, dude. It just like grabs everything that I was having a hard time hearing and just play with how that messes with the center versus the side channels. I like where that vocal and the snare is right there. I don't know. Make it sound good, right? With makeup game. imagine. Just the width, the fucking, it just takes a mix and it just makes it go, woo! Here we go. One more, I got you, one more time. It's out, we're gonna bump. Y'all, that was my final mix. So this is the final mix of what's out versus, I don't even have the Oxford inflator in. It's bypassed. It's just the Bus Plus hitting a fucking limiter. Listen to the difference. This is the release mix. We'll switch it. I'll AB it real quick so you can hear the final mix that got approved, that went to master, and then the mix that just has the fucking Bus Plus on it. Kind of pisses me off. Dudes, I'm gonna have to call Cage. The entire fucking album is already mixed. I'm gonna have to fucking call Cage. I'm gonna have to call that dude and be like, the album was mixed. The album is no longer mixed. The album is about to be remixed through this fucking Bus Plus. Yeah, I still can't believe it, dude. I can't get over this. Like, I had like 10 fucking plugins on my mix bus, guys. I had like a low shelf, a saturator, a width tool, I was running like inside, outside bus. It just sounds like a fucking mixed song. It doesn't sound like I'm fighting an API that's super duper aggressive. Like, it sounds like a mixed, cushy, wide song. Here we go again. This is the original. This is the mix that is currently out on streaming versus the Bus Plus with a limiter. It's nuts. I'm gonna hear the, where's the solo? I want to hear Cage rip it real quick. Alright, I'm gonna hear that section of the song, the released version versus the mid-side Bus Plus version. Alright. Dude, the sense of space, the sense of depth, the cymbals, like even just the carry and the air and the breath on the fucking cymbals. Like, dude. I mean, yeah, the snare pops harder on the release, but that's just because it's a fucking API 2500. Like, if I were to go back and remix this song right now, throw the 2500 on the drums to get that fucking punch that's right there, but then run the mix bus through the SSL Bus Plus, it would fucking demolish this mix. Like, it would eat the downside. You know, that's the downside to listening to the shit that you did before you had the tools at your fucking disposal. Because that was the best I could do. That was humanly the best I could do with what I had at the time. And now that I have this, I look back and I'm like, damn, I want to remix everything I've ever fucking done through this now. So, like, dude, this fucking... I'm sorry about the language and, like, all this, but fudge nuggets, man. I almost want to print it. Pandemonium. Yeah, like just everything, dude. The sides, the vibe, the sense of space. Worth its weight in gold. Fucking worth its weight in gold, man. This thing's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, it's just like everything I've been fighting with my mixes. Turns out all I had to do was just buy a fucking actual SSL Bus Plus, man. An actual SSL bus compressor. Like, it's kind of stupid. It's kind of stupid. Like, I want to text like Chris or somebody right now and be like, "Yo, fucking jump in here real quick and look at, like, watch this." Like, fucking, it's stupid, but no, oh, sorry guys. Mobile camera. I completely forgot that was my mobile camera. Switching to chat. But no, that thing rips, guys. This thing, I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Yeah, straight up, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna start remixing a bunch of shit. Like, that's all there is to that. Passing a bunch of old mixes through this, updating the mix library. I'm glad I got it. I got a couple record label projects coming in this year. I've got one record label project done, and I've got 2 more on the books, and I've got maybe 2 or 3 more prospects for, like, some major label stuff. So it was perfect timing to get that thing. Like, perfect timing. I think, what was it, July? Is it June? It's on 2 months I got a record label mix, full album. Gonna be getting my 2000s era fucking nu metal on. Can't tell you who it is, but nu metal is fuck. It's a legacy nu metal band, and my inner fucking child is going nuts because I actually got speeding tickets to this fucking band back in the day. Like, I straight got speeding. Almost rear-ended a fucking limousine listening to the record. Like, being a kid just going too fast at night, and a fucking black stretch Lincoln limo was in front of me. Wasn't paying attention. Just about fucking just plowed into the back of that thing. So, fucking inner 2010 kid on. That new Thunderbolt sounds great too, dude. That's the sauce. Like, the SSL sounds great. Fucking Thunderbolt cable. That you're right. That's a big part of the equation, man. Having that Thunderbolt cable ready to rock. But no, like that. And another big reason why I went with this, because like I said, I was looking at the West Audio bus compressor and I was looking at an Allen Smart C2, and they're both motherfucker bus compressors. Like, Just in case you guys don't know, quick history. Allen Smart is the guy who invented the bus compressor that's inside the SSL console. He's the guy. Like, that's Allen Smart's circuit. The G-bus compressor is it's his design. So he ended up, when he found out that, like, SSL was outsourcing parts and using common over-the-shelf parts, and SSL was like, well, then nobody can service our shit. In case the console goes down, we don't want to fly anybody from fucking England out to, like, America to fix a board. We just want to send them to Radio Shack to fix the shit. But he was like, all right, fuck this, I quit. So he started Smart Research. So Smart Research is literally SSL circuitry, just built with Class A fucking parts the entire way through. So no Chinese shit, like no fucking micro parts, like no surface mounted. You pop the chassis, it's all hand wired point to point the entire way through. So it's literally like just a 100% all discrete Class A SSL G bus compressor. And that was gonna be the one I bought. But dude, I tell you what, the extra feature set on this fucking guy, like the dynamic EQ bands, the fucking mid-side mode, like that, bro, like the mids, like being able to compress in mid-side, bastardize some fucking Matrix plugins in order to make that happen out of the box is that to me is worth the extra money over an Allen Smart. Like the Allen Smart sonically sure sounds better, whatever. It's all fucking subjective. But the functionality, I mean, plus it is a fucking SSL bus compressor. It's a J9000 bus comp. Like it's literally it's not the E, it's not the G, it's a fucking J9000. So it's the current production model bus compressor that's in like the Duality console, that's in the SSL Origin consoles. It's that bus compressor. And then you can turn it into a 4K, like 7 different eras of 4K construction. Super modern with a low THD switch. They added the feedback option on it, which is fucking sweet, because that's actually how the traditional SSL actually works. It was a feedback compressor. So it's kind of unusual that the new one in default state's a feed forward. I think that's just to make it sound cleaner, make the modern guys love it a little more right out of the gate. But yeah, the expanded feature set, that low frequency expander compressor, high frequency expander compressor, the multiple attack release and auto times in that circuit alone, plus having low frequency bumps, and then if you're in classic stereo mode, you have a high frequency fucking Pultec shelf built right in. Like, and the fucking expanded ratios. Like dudes, like hold on, I gotta pop this over here real fast. This is fucking nuts. Like look at this. I'll get all good and up close on it here, but yeah, the thresholds, all that fun stuff, but then the ratios. Like look at that. You've got like 1.3, 1.5, you got 2, 3, 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 10, 20. Then you have the negative ratios. You've got like negative 2.5 to 1, negative 1.5 to 1, negative 0.5 to 1. So you can do like pumping upward expansion stuff with it. Like the thing is just fucking ridiculous. Sorry guys, I'm gonna switch back over to my main view here, sorry. Yeah, dude, it is. It's a Swiss Army. Like the thing's ridiculous. Let me switch back over here again. But yeah, I've got that guy. And then this thing right here, this has been my main bus compressor up until, like I said, the Cage record. I've been using this guy for like all of my left and right. Like, dude, all of Free Warren's album, that whole album I just released with those guys, that just got released with them, this was the fucking bus compressor on it. And then this was my drum bus compressor. I started off with this. It was this guy and this guy. That was my first bus compressor. And then I added this to it in order to get like the top end lift, because this thing was just super dark. And then I realized how much I didn't like it whenever I got this guy. And I fell in love with this thing forever. And then I realized, dude, so I mixed all the Human Condition, that entire record. No, Human Condition's 100% in the box. Screaming at the Sky, I mixed with this guy. So this was my mixed bus compressor on Screaming at the Sky. And I listened back to those drum tones and I'm like, they're pretty good, but they're a little too like smacky, and I think a little bit too ice picky personally for where I wanted to end up. But that's because of, hey, I didn't have room correction software at the time. I was just mixing in this fucking environment here. Didn't have any of this isolation or sound treatment yet. But yeah, use this guy. And one day I was going nuts and I was on like an experimental phase, so I shot out this guy against this guy. And it turns out that this dude is fucking wider, retains more width in the stereo image than this dude does. So like this guy has all the vibe and all the saturation you'd ever need in a compressor, and it sounds like good and grainy and like granular, like has like good saturation to it. But it fucking collapses the stereo image to like nothing. And this one right here is like super duper transparent, a little bit dark, but it retains all the width. So I ended up mixing that whole fucking record through a compressor that was like half as wide as the one I already had. So then this one became the drum bus, and then that's why I use this one on bass. So this right here now collapses signal down to mono. Really, I mean, it still retains width. Like it's still a stereo left and a right, but it monoizes the signal a little tiny bit. I think that's because of the single detector in it, and it adds all that saturation and that granular character, but on a bass in the low end that's fucking sick. And then I run it into this pair of Pultecs down here, and these little dudes are the shit. I guess literally a fucking baby Pultec. Like you got like your frequency switches right here where you select like your low band, and then you get your high band boost, and then you got your high band attenuation, and then this is your your cue for the high frequencies. So, but this thing, I love it on the bass. I'll boost the fuck out of like 60 hertz. Anyway, 60 hertz. And then what I'm doing is I'm essentially creating a dip at 120 while I'm boosting at 60. And the same thing works if you pop it to 30. You'll be cutting at 60 while boosting at 30. And then likewise, when you go all the way up, you'll be cutting at 300 and boosting at 150. So you get like these super cool musical curves out of that. These motherfuckers. I fucking love these things, dude. That's a workhorse. But no, dude, yeah, just fucking Bus Plus, man. I don't think it's gonna be going anywhere. I'm not getting rid of it. I don't care. I'm gonna be eating fucking ramen noodles. Stupid. Or this weight in gold. Or this. Well, hell yeah, dudes. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. I'm going to go ahead and call it. Go spend a little bit of time with the fam. It's 8 o'clock over here on my end of the world. So, thanks for chilling. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for nerding out on this bus compressor and going through all the growing pains and all that fun stuff with me on this live stream stuff. Yeah. I'll be in the Discord. See y'all.